All right, let's go ahead and take a look at weapons in Pathfinder 2e. We're going to go ahead and look at critical specialization effects. Now, I already covered this on stream before, but we had some sound issues, so I'm going to go ahead and just re-record this bit right now. So we're going to talk about critical specialization effects, the cool things that happen if you're really good at using a weapon and you get a critical hit with that weapon. Remembering, of course, in Pathfinder that you can get a critical hit by succeeding on an attack roll and getting a nat 20, or succeeding on an attack roll by 10 or more than the number you needed. So, certain feats, class features, weapon runes, and other effects can grant you additional benefits when you make a strike with certain weapons and get a critical success. This is called a critical specialization effect. The exact effect depends on which weapon group your weapon belongs to, as listed below. You can always decide not to add the critical specialization effect of your weapon. And then there are full rules on the critical specialization effects, which we read already. And then, of course, it's literally the same words again. So let's look at Axe. Choose one creature adjacent to the initial target and within reach. If its AC is lower than your attack roll result for the critical hit, you deal damage to that creature equal to the result of the weapon damage die you rolled, including extra dice for its potency rune, if any. The amount isn't doubled, and no bonuses or additional dice apply to this damage. So you just deal, you just deal some extra damage to another creature within reach. It has to be adjacent to the first target you hit. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of giving you a little bit of cleave damage there. Bombs. Increase the radius of the bomb splash damage, if any, to 10 feet. So normally a bomb causes AoE damage in a 5-foot radius, but you increase it to a 10-foot radius if it's a critical hit with the bomb. Bow. If the target of the critical hit is adjacent to a surface, it gets stuck to that surface by the missile. The target is immobilized and must spend an interact action to attempt a DC 10 athletics check to pull the missile free. That doesn't scale, it's just a DC 10. So at higher levels, they're basically just spending an action. It can't move from its space until it succeeds. The creature doesn't become stuck if it is incorporeal, is liquid like an elemental or ooze, particular types, or could otherwise escape without effort. Brawling. The target must succeed on a fortitude save against your class DC, and this does scale, or be slowed 1 until the end of your next turn. And slowed 1 is pretty good, but you just, it's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. In addition to getting a critical hit, they do get a saving throw against it, though. Club. You knock the target away from you up to 10 feet, so you could choose the distance. This is forced movement, so it will not provoke opportunity attacks. Dart. The target takes 1d6 persistent bleed damage. This is very good at low levels. At high levels, it's good, but a d6 is not something to write home about at higher levels. But hey, any amount of ongoing damage is great. Ongoing damage is very hard to get rid of, generally lasting 2 to 3 rounds. You gain an item bonus to this bleed damage equal to the weapon's item bonus to attack rolls. So it will be 1d6 plus whatever magical item bonus you're getting on the weapon. Firearms. The target must succeed at a fortitude saving throw against your class DC or be stunned 1, and stunned is better than slowed. And then we get to flail and hammer. And I have only started watching stuff by the rules lawyer, but one of his videos is about house rules. And as a rules lawyer and a lawyer in real life, he loves rules, and he was very passionate about why he had certain things that he house ruled. And I listened to his arguments, which were long-winded but well thought out, and I have to agree with him. I think that flail and hammer are very strong compared to the others, inequitably so. So flail and hammer, if you get a critical hit, the target is prone. Now, you 5th edition players are going to be like, prone ain't that bad. No, prone's pretty bad in 5th edition. It's a good stats effect to apply to somebody, but it's really good in Pathfinder. In Pathfinder, if you are prone, your only movement option is to crawl. You do not crawl at half speed. You crawl 5 feet. It sucks. If you try to stand up, it will provoke an opportunity attack. You might get critically hit and knocked down again, and just stay knocked down forever. Furthermore, when you are prone, you are flat-footed, so you have everyone has a bonus to attacks against you because flat-footed is kind of bad. Rogues can now sneak attack you, and so on and so forth. In a way, prone is better than the other two effects that we talked about that you get saving throws against. So why isn't there a saving throw for flail and hammer? So I agree with Ronald the rules lawyer that these two abilities should have saving throws applied to them. And when I start running Pathfinder games, I will definitely be requiring these to have them, and I'll put those up front in my player document so that people know when they're building not to build around that if they are hoping for auto prones, essentially. But damn, that's really strong. Knives. So knives cause persistent bleeding similar to darts. You got the pick. The weapon viciously pierces the target. They take 2 additional damage per weapon die. That's pretty nice and reliable. Polearm. The target is moved 5 feet in a direction of your choice. So they're not pushed up to 10 feet. They are moved 5 feet. This is not optional. It says the target is moved 5 feet, but it is in a direction of your choice. So you could push them away from you. You move them to the side. If they're far away, you could pull them towards you. So it does give you some options there. Shield. I like that shields can be used as weapons, and I like that shields can cause special thing on a critical hit. You knock the target back from you 5 feet. This is not up to 5 feet. It just happens. Now, remember, before we started reading all of these, you can choose whether or not your critical effect happens, but you just can't choose a distance between 0 to 5 feet. So you could say, hey, I don't actually want to force move them with my polearm or my shield, and you don't have to. But if you do, they have to be moved that amount. There's no variance there. Sling. The target must succeed at a fortitude save against your class DC or be stunned, similar to the firearms. Spear. The weapon pierces the target, weakening its attack. The target is clumsy 1 until the start of your next turn. Well, why doesn't this require a saving throw? Because clumsy is all right, but it's certainly not as good as stunned or it's certainly not as good as stunned or prone. And then sword. Your target is made off balance by your attack, becoming flat-footed until the start of your turn. Why doesn't this require a saving throw? Because lots of things make you become flat-footed. It ain't that great. And so those are the critical effects that can be caused by your weapon groups, which is pretty neat. All right, so this is a little short video, kind of an add-on to the first video we did about weapons. Now that we're caught up on videos that were ruined by loud sound in the background, we can do some more live streaming and learn together on a stream. And that's when we're going to go ahead and tackle traits, because goddamn, are there a lot of traits that get applied to weapons. Oh my god. So we'll go ahead and try to tackle those together on stream and then dig into the actual weapons themselves. But oh my goodness, that's a lot. All right, I will see you next time.